Sound, a group of...
From the beginner to the professional, from the novice to the master, from playing and experimenting things to create a masterpiece. Hi, I'm L.V. Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, and our art, all these elements are part of art, and art for our show is sound. So we're gonna really explore something different. I've been doing a lot of music acts, but there's more to life than just music and spoken word, things like that. We got to use sound at times to motivate others. And I had a guest a while back who really had a great thing to share with us with Student Direct. And that founder and person mainly in charge is Mr. Joshua Chit Tun. How are you?
Thank you.
Hey Joshua, it's been a while.
Indeed.
A long while. So right now, let's refresh our audience about Student Direct. What is Student Direct?
Student Direct is a very large group, people. And I think what we do well is we help people connect and get organized. And now we're multinational in different countries.
Oh, can you tell us some of the countries?
Well, Africa as a continent, I think many countries in Australia, France, UK. It's just amazing. Canada, South America.
Wow.
What's more, same thing as Africa, a bunch of countries.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of people do think of Africa as a country, but you said correctly, it's many countries in Africa.
And I think the resilience to have people work towards a goal and to leverage technology has helped us tremendously because you know how we operate in. It's amazing that I'm like, wait, I'm part of a multinational group.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And we're going to be exploring your background a lot about that. Now, I remember I was following you on Facebook and we were talking back and forth, and you said you're starting something called Young Inc.
Yeah. I think with Student Direct, it's all about learning and experiencing, and to get the mentors, the 20-somethings and those in their 30s who are experienced in Hollywood and in media, anything that's startup-based, we had to do something called Young Inc. LA. It's all about branding. And with Student Direct and Young Inc. working together, we are limitless.
Now, are they both the same organization, or what are the differences between Student Direct and Young Inc.?
There are two different communities with their own brand and their own elements. They're very easy to distinguish.
Can you tell us about their distinct qualities of each group?
Student Direct's more high school, college, grade school, middle school. You wanted me to reach out to middle school, and we finally got to that point. And I think Young Inc. is more, you're a startup, you're a philanthropy, you're an entrepreneur. I mean, that's Young Inc. LA. You're media, you're entertainment. Whereas Student Direct is more school, education, applied learning.
So what you're saying is Student Direct is more like getting kids involved and learning the process of going into media, being educated. What is media? And learning to get involved with things around the community, is it, you say?
I think the best way to describe it is yin and yang. So Student Direct is one side of the solution, and Young Inc. is the other. And they work well together, and they complement each other, where Young Inc. wants to work with students, and students want to work with people who can mentor.
So Young Inc. is more like students applying out of school the principles of what they learn in Student Direct?
Correct. So if you're part of Young Inc. as a student, you're doing much more challenging projects, which you'll see later on through the interview. And if you are Young Inc. and working with students, you're going to see the students who want to learn. And of course, students in Student Direct, they want to do volunteer work. They want to get their school credits. And it's amazing. I mean, both communities are amazing, and I'm glad to be part. I think the common ground is I'm part of both. And
that is amazing.
I think that does show, but there's two different communities.
Yes, so what I'm trying to find out is that Young Inc. is more like people out of school who've done it in school, who are now applying the principles, let's say as an entrepreneur.
Correct.
Or being part of community leadership.
Correct.
Connecting with schools to encourage, let's say, the students who are presently in Student Inc. to make the transition in a later time.
Exactly.
Now I get it. Now,
And we have a group called Old Ink LA. When you get past Young Ink,
how old is that?
you gotta be 40.
Now, wait, whoa. What's the name of that?
Old Ink LA.
Old Ink. Well, you know that's definitely me
Yeah.
now.
So we have student direct. Start them young Ink.
Yes.
Get them more engaged, and then once they get past that scenario,
So
go
you-
Old Ink LA.
Now, wait, I got an issue with that. Shouldn't there be a middle ink? You're going to be there one day, pal. So
I didn't think about that. I apologize.
No, I'm just saying. Okay. We're going to find out real quick what Chit Tun group is.
The Chit Tun group is, I have an ego, so of course I want to use my family's name because I'm rebellious, and it is my private company that deals with what I do with my investments, and my philanthropy, which is simply education, arts, youth, displacement, any group that's trying to innovate, sustainable solutions, and of course, humanitarian issues. And I think I've been very blessed.
Great. You have a clip called Real World Education. What's that about?
I was at the studios right across the College of Glendale talking to students about, taking real applications and focusing on the real problem, not curriculum, just the real problems.
Okay, let's look at that clip.
This photo shoot was an example to people I'm going to talk to tomorrow that the school doesn't work and this works better. Giving kids and students and any age group a chance to work together and create something and learn from each other. 22, I had a chance, someone gave me $100,000 in budget, and I had that chance. So for a business student, most going to school for business, you don't get a chance to spend $100,000. Everything you do is in theory, it's all in books. It's very competitive. So this nonprofit gave me $100,000 to spend and let me create the internship program, do the voluntary, let me do a lot of things hands-on, and I could have failed to be given that chance. And that was my best learning experience. So I'm trying to do the same thing too, where I'm giving multiple students a chance to learn and grow, and also make mistakes. The school says don't make mistakes. Because you make mistakes, you miss 4 points. 4 points means you have a A minus. 6 points means you have a B. 7 points means you have a C. That's bullying. But yet no one can write a report or communicate or something. That makes no sense to me. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you communicate. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn. If you don't make mistakes, you're not being ambitious enough. Video game. Everything we do is almost a video game. Why in a video game you can learn? Because you can do what you want to do, right? Don't you learn more if you're a video game at school? But yet, video game can't be an actual course. Can't. In a video game you learn about.
Hey, that was Real World Education clip from Joshua Chit Tun's group, Student Direct, right?
Student direct, yes.
Now, you have something called Student Direct Studios. Tell us about that.
For many years, we've been working towards that goal, and a few people in Hollywood, I can't name the companies, but prominent, say, hey, wouldn't it be nice for students to get involved with media and very much organized? I say, it is, and we've been working on the internship program, working on a key film documentaries, and now we have it where we do creative spaces within schools, like right across the college, or we work with community spaces, and just tell students, when you meet and you
Community spaces is a place, or is that just a term?
No, like anyone's, it could be someone's residence, it could be someone's, teen center, community center.
Yes.
The point is like in San Diego, we see a lot of community spaces, very vibrant community. But in LA, for instance, I think that a high school, changing the media lab into something more creative, Starbucks, when you meet to do something better, that becomes a creative space, that becomes Student Direct Studios. And with our software and our support, you could do anything. And you'll see that in the next trailer or clip that we're going to show.
So, Real World Education is a product of Student Direct Studios?
Yeah, media, creativity, people come together. I think problem solving is all about team effort.
That's fabulous. That is so fabulous. How did Student Direct Studios come about?
We worked on a few productions, and I think a lot of people in the industry said, hey, can we do something much more official? And how do we leverage the high schools and the colleges and all that creative space, all that physicality? So we, as an organization, we can manage people well, and people manage resources. So that's why studios came about. And we actually have our own studios. Like we have one in Torrance.
Wait, now how many
So-
studios does Student Direct Studios
I mean,
have?
we manage spaces as students need be when they do their productions, but at the same time, we also provide funding when it comes to key films for film festivals.
How many physical studios are there?
Right now, we are managing a private company that has 2 locations, one in Japan and one in Torrance.
Ah,
And it is amazing the studio space that it has become and what it represents moving in the future.
and so it also includes portable studios, which I'm picking up.
In my vision, student studios will provide funding for key films. It will also offer a place for learning, whether it's dance, music, and last but not least, it will offer companies a reason to come together. We'll become the Costco of studios, basically.
Wonderful. Now, does Student Direct and Young Inc. do any collaborations?
Yes, Student Direct members are encouraged to go through the website, fill out the forms, and from there, join the Young community, where every interaction updates the resume. So there's the collaboration, and then of course, any key project, any team work, it's shown. And it's exciting, you'll see some of the Young Inc. Student Direct collaborations.
Now, I understand that you have a clip of such collaboration called Behind the Scenes, right?
Indeed.
Now, how did that collaboration begin?
We have Young Inc. had a project called Beauty Boys, and I felt that the production team wanted student interns. And it was an interesting experience. A long day shoot, by the way. And it was a casting process, production process, editing process.
Okay, let's check out that clip.
We don't belong here.
You are ruining paradise for all of us.
You really gonna kill me over this?
Hey, that was the trailer, and that was great. And you don't have a name for that trailer yet, do you?
The last time I saw him.
Last time I saw his name?
Yeah, so right now it's in film festivals.
It's a film festival. You going to film?
Not the trailer, but the actual short is in the film festivals.
Oh, no, what short is going to be? Is that?
It's,
You mean the first one about?
No, the trailer that we just saw.
Yes.
The actual film, which is about 10 minutes, is actually in film festivals. And it's amazing what Student Direct and Young Inc. accomplishes together.
Great, great. Now, you must have built some very profound relationships between these organizations that you found.
I think the investment group, JBM, helped tremendously. I could do things with $0, but at the same time, substantial investments does help, and we did receive substantial investments.
You seem to be a magnet to encourage people to not so much throw money at you, but to invest in today's youth.
I mean, when we have the reason, I think I do seek investments, and I want to make sure it's effective. I think when we utilize investment funds, there's a reason behind it. We get investment offers all the time. I can't tell you what companies, but we only accept investment when it's most necessary and most strategic. And it's always for the community, it's always for the direction we're going.
So you pretty much are direct linked towards where the money's just passing through. You're not so much the middleman of getting high off the hog. You're there to invest in the community.
We're about leadership, so
Yes.
I prefer leaders to not work with money. And when they receive money, I can't wait what they can do with it.
So it's putting money to work, not
Correct.
just getting it all, which is a lesson many institutions should follow. We need leadership towards that. We're going to be talking about that later on. But tell us more, expound a bit more about relationships with Student Direct.
I've been the founder for many years, and at this very moment, I serve as the chairman of the board. I resigned, and we have a very young CEO. He's 18, very
Wow.
competitive. And to see what he does with the organization is impressive. I listen to conference calls, and he handles the meetings pretty well, and it makes an old man I'm 29 now, so I just want to cry sometimes when I see young people lead.
No, wait. 29. Look, I remember back in the day, to run as a U.S. Senator, you had to be 35, so you still a young man, so you know.
That's a shame, because I want to be a senator before 35.
Go for it. Am I holding you back? Okay, great. We're going to be talking a bit more about this behind the scenes thing.
Correct.
Yeah. So what it's all about is, what is everything about that deals with behind the scenes?
More than the actual film or the production, I think, when you see the behind the scenes, it makes a donor or an investment group really see their money's worth, to see people engage, students of different age groups, and not for projects that are very, basic, but very complex projects. And I can't wait to scale this to other nations and have applied learning as a way to teach critical thinking and problem solving. Because the whole point of multimedia for our organization is to create next-gen leaders, people that could run in the local politics, not just here, but anywhere in the world.
Not just living in the past, what you're saying, right? It's moving onward, right?
The schools teach you curriculum very well. We're going beyond that.
Never can have enough of that. So let's check out behind the scenes from Student Direct.
I gotta work the music too.
Can someone help?
If you're having trouble getting laid, if you look like a disheveled maid, maybe you need a hug, maybe you need makeup, maybe you're out of my mind. Okay, you've got wrinkles, I've got some makeup for you, and your hair don't sparkle. Please let me educate you. Just come down to our shop, 25 bucks a pop. Girls are split and drop, and I'm a beautify this whole world. I'll make you sexy, I'm talking diamonds. Discounts for families, don't be stubborn. We've got you covered, trim up those sideburns. Joe's got the armors, we are family owned. That's hard to come by in this bad economy. We know true value, I said whole world. No exaggerations, yes we do Haitians, just not Jamaicans. Won't you sit in my chair, I'll run my fingers through your hair. Eyelashes no good than shit, I'll put my cucumbers on your we're gonna take that all the way back to the top. Girls, I love it. I'm not really tired, but I love this. I love it. I love it.
I'll have my hand up for eyeline. As I hit it to the first day.
Right here, guys.
Remember that. I know, we're coming into the home stretch. I know.
Hey, wow, that was fabulous. That was so great. Behind the scenes is what it's all about. And I can see a lot of the work and what you pour right into that. That is such great work from your groups. Now, you said something about next generation leaders. Will you talk about that? What do you mean?
We all take our time to go to school. And it is a process, and education is a constant process. But what is the point of education if you don't lead? I don't think leadership is advocated enough in programs, so hence why Student Direct and Young Inc. And media was a good way to introduce people to challenge themselves. But the real goal is for them to become next-gen leaders in any of their industries.
Would you give it a prime example?
Well, right
What
now,
a next generation leader, like,
Many-
how would that apply to someone like you?
many members of the student or community who have evolved, who are now Young Inc. LA official. They are the executive teams of their own nonprofits or their own private companies or media groups, which is amazing. I think that's just amazing and brilliant.
Okay, how are you going to apply that on a personal level, let's say for yourself?
For me, my goal has always been politics, not just in the
Really?
U.S., but throughout the world.
Throughout the world.
Correct.
So what is your plan to make a major impact?
Last year, a good friend of mine made a phone call to a small political party, of which they took warmly to my idea of running for office. And,
You're thinking of running for office?
Correct.
Wow. This is the first time I had a person come up there and say, hey, I'm thinking of running for office. So maybe we could find out, what are you going to run for office?
2016, it will be the U.S. Senate.
2016, wait a minute. Wind that back. 2016, you going to
Correct.
run for state senate?
That was last year. The direction today is U.S. Senate.
Wow. Now
Because
that
it's not about me, it's about the movement. It's about every young person realizing, why isn't anyone in Congress that's in their 20s or in the Senate that's in their 30s? Why are we diversifying? Millions of constituents are young and they need a voice.
True is that. We can learn to hear from everybody. We need more women involved in politics, people of color. We need people who are physically challenged. Why not the younger folks? That's true. That's
Correct.
true. And what impact do you expect from that?
I believe people like diversity, which is very much lacking in the Senate. And it's no one's fault, it's just there's no candidate that's diverse. I feel that I am diverse. And it's gonna be very compelling and controversial. And it's also a responsibility that I take seriously. And I'm here to lead others. My campaign's gonna be very noble, very much like what I've done the last 10 years. People can do the research and see what I advocate for.
Well,
But the question is about leading and working as a community.
Yes. If your candidacy or when you run your elections, anything like Student Direct, you will definitely make an impact. Tell us about the clip we're going to hear see next about four gen leaders.
I'm all about sincerity, and I think my friend and I just want to talk about certain issues and our experiences. And it's not professional. It's definitely not professional, but we don't want it to be professional. We want
Hi, welcome to Next Gen Leaders. Today we will be discussing, as a public forum, some of the issues that we feel need to be addressed. Here with me today is Mr. Joshua Chit Tun. Josh,
How's it going?
how's it going? Good to have you again.
Thank you. You who don't have a conscience, it has to be done consciously because there is an effect. Be accountable, be responsible. You are part of the problem, which can also be part of the solution. So today I'll be talking about these issues I have: child abuse, bullying, anything to do with harassment. I'm using the very nice word of domestic violence. And if it was up to me, I really want to focus on domestic violence. If you're a nonprofit and you every day do your part, please contact me. Because if we can address domestic violence, we could solve a lot of issues, create a better culture, a better environment. Children who feel safe, who are not abused. Wives, husbands, same context. Mental, physical, emotional, that type of abuse, it does cause a strain. It affects the way you work, the way you are at school, any setting you're in, personal, religious, community. And the impact it has on our children, that's what scares me. The impact that domestic violence has on our children. The impact that bullying has on our children. Any form of harassment. And when you really put in perspective, it's because of our insecurities. It's because we are insecure, we need to discriminate. And this is my opinion, but at the same time, I do believe that I do want to voice his opinion, Mike. And I want people to listen and maybe some to argue. I'm a leader, and I'm a leader because of opposition. I don't say what is popular, I say what must be heard.
4 Gen leaders, that is great. Joshua Chit Tun, possible senator, down the road. Hey, you're making believers out of a lot of people, so great. We'll see what happens. You will come back if you should wind up as senator, as a visit?
I love what you offer and people in the community, so of course.
The offer is extended.
Thank you.
That's a given. So even if you postpone, we want you back. Now, we have to run with that demon called time. It does come upon us. It's so quick. So right now, what are some future directions that you foresee for Student Direct, Young Inc., and Student Direct Studios of that sort? What are some projects you foresee?
Well, at this very moment, we're going to leverage social media and get more recruitments.
So that's part of the Chit Tun
Correct.
group too, right?
My group is very focused, and we have some key investors that has helped tremendously, like I said, JBM and a few other organizations. But the key for months to come is our leaders getting more organized.
You know how my show works. You got 30 seconds on your camera of fame right there. What do you have to suggest?
Just simply take the time to become what you can and always work towards a goal. And being part of a team is not the easiest aspect of anything, because you have to believe, and that desire to believe, that passion, that's all you have, because not everyone has money. But don't let that stop you, because the most brilliant people are the ones who do.
Obviously, that is the truth. That is true. Coming from a totally enlightened young man, or I just say just enlightened man, because age is relative, right?
I'm an old soul, and I'm transcending in time.
Transcending time. Maybe it's an old soul. That's all I'm going to give you. Well, thank you, Joshua. I am holding you back for another visit.
Indeed.
So do come back.
Thank you.
Folks, that has been another edition of Sounds Within with L.V. Smith. And do come back.
Before I start, let me just say one thing. You who don't have a conscience.
Classic.
And I say it all the time, and I think my male friends understand. It's
Very
an
well.
ongoing joke, but my female friends like, what do you mean I don't have a conscience? What do you mean? Am I doing something wrong, man? So there's some truth to it. I say this half joking, I say this half seriously, which is every decision you make, it has to be done consciously, because there is an effect. Be accountable, be responsible. You are part of the problem, but you can also be part